The most scandalous bisexual poet in China, from it girl to murderess. Ever been ghosted so badly you completely rebranded your entire personality? Meet Xuanji, 9th century China, a teenage poetry prodigy who grew up broke, like slums poor. Enter Li Yi, young, rich, hot politician, total nepo baby. He sees this girl. She's described as insanely beautiful and brilliant, writing poetry grown men couldn't write, and becomes obsessed. Says he'll save her, makes her his concubine, basically legal side chick. Nice house, silk robes, zero power. And she actually falls for him, like full Cinderella moment. It was not a Cinderella moment, because Li Yi already had a first wife, and that woman hated her. We are talking daily screaming, throwing things, beating her, psychological warfare. And Li Yi, a complete coward, does nothing. Until one day he comes to her with this genius plan. He takes her to a Daoist nunnery outside the city, pays the abbess, and says, "Just stay here and be a nun for a little bit while my wife calms down. I promise I'll come get you." He never came back. Li Yi left her there to rot, praying, alone, forever. Xuanji? She had other plans. She clocked the loophole. In the Tang Dynasty, a married woman was property, locked inside, can't leave. A nun? Free. She could own land, travel, drink with men, take lovers, men and women both. No chaperone, so she does what any iconic woman would do. Turns her breakdown into a business and turns her nunnery into the hottest party house in Chang'an. Every night, hot musicians, famous artists, drunk politicians, jade cups of wine, poetry slams till 3 a.m. And this is actually when she writes her best work. Free, angry, spiritual, romantic, completely unfiltered. It's not about being a good wife anymore. It's about desire, jealousy, freedom, what it feels like to be a woman with her own house and her own money in Tang Dynasty Chang'an. She's rich, famous, independent, living her best life. But underneath, still that ghosted girl. Traumatized, paranoid that everyone was going to leave or humiliate her. And that paranoia made her so toxic. Which brings us to the obsession. Not Li Yi, a new guy. One of those broke, hot, insanely talented musician poet boys in Chang'an. The kind every rich woman wanted to sponsor. Total tortured artist heartthrob. He didn't love her, he loved what she could do for his career. Slept at her temple for free, ate her food, used her connections, wrote her a love poem when he needed cash. And Xuanji is gone for him. Which brings us to Lu Chao, her teenage maid. Super young, super pretty. One afternoon, Xuanji comes home and sees Lu Chao. Hair done, makeup perfect, a little flushed. Xuanji spirals. She drags Lu Chao into a back room and confronts her. And Lu Chao looks her dead in the eye and just says, "You do it. Why can't I?" She did not just say that to her boss. Xuanji completely snaps. Everything. The slums, Li Yi, that musician who won't commit, it all boils over. And in that rage, she kills her. When the red mist clears, Lu Chao is dead on the floor. Panicking, she buries her in the backyard at night under the wisteria, hoping the flowers will cover it. For a few weeks, she thought she got away with it. And she almost did, until she throws another huge, wine-fueled party. One drunk guest stumbles into the garden to pee, sees flies over fresh dirt, kicks it, and finds a hand. At her own party, while she's inside pouring wine. Cops raid the temple the next morning. Body, trial, total circus. The most famous, scandalous woman in Chang'an on trial for murder. and all those men who swore they loved her vanished, did not want the heat. At 28, Xuanji was publicly beheaded for daring to live outside the rules. Tragic ending, but her words survived. Today, she's still one of the rawest, most brilliant poets of the Tang Dynasty. She wanted absolute freedom in a world that gave women none. She got it, and she became the villain of her own story. So what do you think? Cold-blooded killer or traumatized girl who snapped after the world kept punishing her for being free? Comment who you want next. I have a list of women even messier than her.